the greater problems that we have with expression in a piano, especially if you start to get loud, is the fact that the key bends. Now, you wouldn't notice it so much in here that if you took your hands and sort of flexed this a little bit, you'd say, well, yeah, it's pretty rigid. Well, they're not. If you see the slow action movie things, you know, the front of the key, especially in some models of some manufacturers, that front of that key starts to go down long before the rear of the key starts to. I talked with people at WNG, Western Nickel Gross. I said, you know, you're making all these great parts, the hammer shank that doesn't flex much and all this kind of stuff. I said, you know, really when it comes to volume on a piano, you reach the saturation point because the key starts doing this all the time. I said, why don't you make a carbon fiber key? And he looked at me and he said, well, so I think that they're working on something. I don't know how the industry would accept non-wood keys, but we've been accepting non-wood parts in the last few years, understanding that, you know, that while you might, I don't particularly use WNG parts, well, I do use some of the things, but not their hammer shanks, whips and like. Maybe the industry would accept non-wood keys, certainly give us a chance to really get full expression on the piano as much as it's capable of. Of course, I also worry about that if you really could get into it that much, you might not break the key, but you might break strings. Mm-hmm. You know, if you could really put 100% into that energy into the action, that the only thing that's going to absorb that energy is the string, and that could be a problem, but not something you would engineer around. And so, you know, reinforcing the key in any way is actually possibly going to even break more strings. So, you know, it's an engineering problem. It's something that they might work on and then discard.